Most Minnesota drivers are carrying half the insurance they actually need. I see it constantly in my agency. Someone gets in an accident, thinks they're covered, and then finds out they're about to lose their house because their liability limit was way too low. That's not an exaggeration. It happens. By the time this is done, you'll know exactly what Minnesota law requires you to carry, what coverage actually protects you versus what's just noise and the one mistake that'll cost you thousands. Plus, I'll tell you what limits I actually recommend for Minnesota drivers because the legal minimum, that's not a goal line, that's a floor. Minnesota law says you need at least 30,000 per person and 60,000 per accident for bodily injury liability, 10,000 for property damage. You also need 40,000 in personal injury protection. That's the no fault coverage that pays your medical bills and lost wages no matter who causes the accident. And you need uninsured motorist coverage of at least 25,000 per person. Look, those are the minimums the state will let you get away with. But here's the thing, I see people hit one bad accident and suddenly their $30,000 limit doesn't cover the other person's medical bills. Now you're on the hook for the difference. So what are you actually paying for? Liability covers damage you cause to other people. That's mandatory. Collision covers your own car when you hit something, like your lender will require that if you're financing. Comprehensive covers weather, theft, vandalism. If you live in Minnesota and you're not carrying comprehensive, you're gambling that we won't get another ice storm or hailstorm. That's a bad bet. PIP is the no fault piece. It pays you regardless of fault. This matters because Minnesota is one of the few states that does this, and it changes everything about how claims work. Minnesota is not like driving in Arizona. We get black ice, heavy snow, spring flooding. That's not theoretical risk. That's your Tuesday commute in January. I've been in this business for 15 years, and I can tell you the collision and comprehensive claims spike every winter. You need to actually prepare for that. That means your comprehensive and collision deductibles matter. $1,000 deductible sounds okay until you're looking at a $1,500 windshield repair. Then it matters a lot. Here's what I see wrong all the time. People hit the legal minimum liability limits and think they're done. They're not. One accident with injuries and 30,000 goes away fast. Medical bills alone can hit 50, 60,000. Then there's pain and suffering, attorney fees, a lawsuit from the other person could take your house. I recommend most drivers carry at least 100,000 per person, 300,000 per accident. Yeah, it costs a little more, but it's the difference between a bad day and a financial disaster. If you want to stop guessing about whether you're actually covered, the link in the description goes straight to my agency site. You can get a Minnesota auto insurance quote in about 3 minutes. We're licensed in Minnesota,